I may have been tipped off by the production staff.
Really?
Really?
I'm actually surprised Luke didn't scream when he saw O in the Tooth Fairy outfit and get more terrified. It's a Halloween edition of the quiz, Belief or Make Belief. TSN's Mike Johnson and Craig Button say Toronto shutdown defenseman Chris Tanev should be Canada's #7 D-man at the Four Nations face-off. Belief or Make Belief, Cheryl?
Belief. And listen, having played for Team Canada for a number of years, you have to have players who will do whatever it takes. And Chris Tanev is an absolute warrior. And as a 7th, he can come in, he can game manage, he will wear his heart on his sleeve, and he will lead by example.
Make belief. I think there's some Toronto bias involved here by these esteemed gentlemen. If he was playing in Dallas, we might not be having this conversation. And I'm not saying belief because I don't have enough battery in my phone for people to yell at me on Twitter about their defenseman that should be the 7th guy.
Belief for me, and it's because of how he played in Dallas and where he put himself in the conversation. I mean, right now, he's an excellent defender. We're having this conversation now, but it could change. We'll see what happens.
I'll make a statement, not mine, but you can agree or disagree. NHL co-scoring leader Cale Makar is destined to become the 2nd greatest defenseman ever, surpassing Ray Bourque and Nick Lidstrom to rank only behind #1 Bobby Orr. Your options are all hail to Cale, so yes, or pump the brakes. No. Oh.
I'm going to say pump the brakes. Playing against Nick Lidstrom my whole career, he was such a fantastic talent. And talking to Steve Yzerman, describing him as not only the best player, he's not only the best defenseman he's played with, the best player he's ever played with. That's quite a comment.
All hail Cale for me, and the game has changed. And just watching this guy manipulate the blue line and what he does when he activates and he deceives. I mean, he is a potential Hart Trophy candidate, and there is a reason why. I mean, he commands the ice from his own zone all the way through neutral ice into the offensive zone. He's a pleasure to watch.
Pump the brakes. I mean, clearly he's a superstar, but it feels like it's too soon. Now, we're old enough, most of us anyway, to remember the dominance of Bourque and Lidstrom. He might get to #2, not there yet.
The NFL marked National Tight Ends Day on Sunday. Tonight, we will ask who would be the NHL's ultimate tight end. The candidates have to be at least 6'3", 215, and have soft hands. Your options, Matthew Nyes, Brady Tkachuk, Tage Thompson, or Tom Wilson, Dregs.
I'm going with Matthew Nyes of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, this guy's big, he's strong, he put in the work in the offseason, trained super hard, paying dividends now, and he's clutch in scoring plays.
Tom Wilson, first of all, because he has the same last name as my best friend and my partsy in the football picks, Luke Wilson, spelt a little bit different. But I could see Tom Wilson spiking the ball, jumping into the crowd, crushing a beer, and getting everybody riled up. He seems like a tight end.
True.
Yeah.
Brady Tkachuk for me, fists, hits, and mitts. How about that? 294 hits last year, wound up 3rd in the NHL in it, 37 goals to go along with it. So the guy's got brawn, but he's also got skill.
I think the Kelsey brothers did this on their podcast, so we only rip off the best. They had Eric Lindros, but we went with the current players. Oh, it's time for an annual tradition here. It's a Halloween-themed question here. Dim the lights, play the scary music. Who best embodies the spirit of Halloween as far as costumes? Every NHL team has the costume parties. There's Beetlejuice and Lydia, a.k.a. Morgan Riley and Tessa Virtue. Calgary Flame Costco employee Justin Kirkland, love that. Columbus superhero GM Don Waddell, or this is an annual one, Seattle's Afraid of Ghosts, Brandon Tanev. O-Dog.
Justin Kirkland, it's just such a fabulous NHL nickname. All I can think about is all the Kirkland merch when you go into Costco. And he pulled the look off perfectly with that badge. I hope he gets free stuff for life.
Whenever I lose a sleeve of TaylorMades, you know what's coming out next.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
Don Waddell for me, you know, you're providing a little bit of light, the green light on a scooter, that is, and when you're the head of a franchise, and you can do this. I think it's impressive, to say the least, and that organization needs a little bit of light right now.
Nope. Off the board for me. Off the board. And I'm
Dregs.
going with the scantily clad Tooth Fairy.
Oh!
That's the dagger.
Scantily clad.
I thought it was put to bed.
It should be.
We never milk anything at TSN. Usually we give away the belt, but we thought in lieu of Halloween we would get our tight end, National Tight Ends Day hero, Luke Wilson, to give away his Jason mask. Come on in to the winner of the quiz, chosen by our tight end, Luke Wilson. Did a great job scaring the guy. Who are you giving it to?
I mean, it's no questions asked here. I'm giving it to Partsy.
Yes!
Yes,
Let's go. I mean, wore a tooth fairy costume in today. What more do you want from the guy?
Yeah, that's fair.
You did a fantastic job terrifying everyone.
There it is.
Scantily
Locked in.
It's better than
upgrade.
You know, you put the mask on with the tooth fairy dress, you might have something there. It's the quiz. The second period's just ahead here on TSN. Our thanks to Jason, Luke Wilson.